What's up, boys and girls? I got my Fieldcraft Survival shirt on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, listen, back to focus on driving. Today, we're talking about profit first, but always invest. So there's a book called Profit First I'm listening to, and the guy it's a great book. He sold 2 or 3 companies for like $300,000 for a couple $1 million. But the problem is he wasn't investing. You know, the key here is he's always really good at like burning the midnight oil and coming up all these ways to make money and like, spend hours and hours into his business so that it'll make a little bit of money. And the problem is he wasn't investing. As soon as he got lump sums of money, like where he'd sell a company, he'd go out and buy the most expensive stuff and go goof off. And that's the problem. We're all trying to do that. We're all making a lot of money and then like, well, that's fine. I just have to make more money. It's not only making more money, it's actually putting the money somewhere to work for you. The money has to go to work for you. You can make $100,000 a year and at the end of the year have nothing to show for it. I just know too many people, and the national statistic is if out of people making $100,000 plus a year, 6% have no savings. And now you may say, well, Erica, they live in New York, they live in California. There's still no excuse. You have to have savings. You have to have investments. By the time you get to your mid-30s, mid-40s, mid-50s, that whole adage that you could just work a double job, work for more hours, do all that stuff, wear your body out, you can't. Your body will start to shut down. There are countless people who give me the sob story about, well, I went to go make more money and then, you know, I had a medical injury. And I'm like, I'm really sorry. But you should have been saving since 25, not at 35, not at 45, and then a stroke happens. There's way too many people who are having strokes and passing away at 46, 47, 48, and 50 for you to wait. It gets out of control. Like I was watching the Glendon channel on another channel where people were talking about people doing GoFundMes for 20 grand, but this person's been flashing money on the internet for years, or these people have been doing all kind of stuff for years. $27,000. Okay, let's say in 16 years something happened to you. That means all you need to save was $140 a month for all those years, and you would have had a lump sum of $26,000. Now, you know my favorite number on this channel is $27 a day over the course of a year. In a year, you'll have $10,000. Now, you can bump it up to 28 and do all these numbers, fanatics, whatever. The key is putting the money away daily. And for many of you, that's why I made the Smartphone Millionaire. That's why I talk about it this way, because there's so many people who, one, aren't making more money, complaining their boss is not paying them enough. You know, again, not 1 book, but 2 books. Been talking about this for a while now. About 1099 economy. It was coming. It's coming. Like, you're going to have to get in front of that, because some of you, if you don't have trades or certain type of skills, it won't be necessary in your market anymore. You know, factory closes and it's a wrap. So I have a longer video, a 20-minute video on that. I don't want to beat it to death, but I'll also upload it shortly. But the key here is Profit First is the name of the book. It is about getting more money, but you got to tell your money where to go. And a lot of times people want to do everything else in a business. They want to make the nice t-shirts, the nice logos, the nice website, the nice this, nice that. Honey, you don't need all that. Nobody needs that. You know what you need? You need one site. Keep it simple. If it's just 1 page, you need maybe 1 or 2 pictures. And hey, here's the offer. Offer it. Hey, here's Smartphone Millionaire. Would you like to buy it? Hey, here's the 1099 economy. Would you like to buy it? It's very simple ways to set up your business. And you have to ask for the money. That's just plain and simple. If you're cutting grass, go knock doors, go put out signs. If you have an online business, go put out Google AdWords. I mean, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. I also have a video. I'm going to put up 2 videos a day, probably 3. But the video basically talks about how to get free traffic to your business. But the thing about free traffic is time. Many of you want free traffic, but it's going to take time. You know, it's going to be 2, 3, 4 hours of you on the computer trying to get this free traffic in the sea of noisiness. And what is the sea of noisiness? The sea of noisiness is all the paid ads. It's all the flashy Lambo guys. It's all these people and things on YouTube and on the internet that catches people's attention. So you gotta make the decision. Okay, am I gonna do free traffic forever, trying to catch this free traffic wave, or I'm gonna put money to my dreams, put money to my goal? Now, when I was in real estate, there was a thing we called revenue before advertising. Now, what does that mean? That meant you had to go out and get some sales. You had to go and close a house. You had to go and get some apartment leases. You had to go make some money before you spent on advertising. Because our broker over the unit was like, that's a waste of money. You don't have any leads. You're spending money that you don't have. And she was smart for it. She was right. But the key here is many of you aren't doing either. You're not spending any money on ads, and you're not going to make no sales. So again, profit first, but always have somewhere for that money to go. It's really nice. It feels good when you make these big splashes of money. But what does your hindbrain want? All of a sudden, your hindbrain's like, we need a pickup truck. Your hindbrain's like, we need to take our wife to Jamaica. Hindbrain's like, we need to go on a cruise. And all the ideals about investing and getting real estate go out the window. I told you in yesterday's video, majority of 1%ers in African American and Latino community, they only invest in two things: business and real estate. Now imagine if they just took a sliver of their money that they're caking on and threw it into more rentals, or threw it into stocks, or threw it into something that would get them a return. I'm big on tax liens on this channel because find me another way to get 18% of your money and the government is backing it. The government itself is like, I'm going to give you your money. Find it for me and I'll talk about it, So this video is just short to say, look, yes, focus on making more money, but make sure you're telling that money where to go, because you can't always get up and do that. You can't always get up and put your body to work. And that's a lot of times I see that in the comments. Many of you are saying, well, Eric, I'm older, I don't have time, I can't do that with my body, my legs, my knees, my eyes, my something. And I get that. But again, that comes with you managing the money, and you're going to have to get a trade where you can make more money. Either get a new job, do something. Because for me, I'm telling this to younger people who maybe don't have kids or maybe just got married. You got to be able to shove off $200 to $1,000 a month into investments if you really want to see like just the hammer fall down, right? Because for many of you, you're renting the most expensive apartment ever, and your home is important. You're buying the most expensive cars ever, and you don't have any wiggle room in your budget. There's no wiggle room in your budget. So you gotta find where this money's gonna come from. So anyways, you guys, this is Erica, Classic Line Blog. Later.